Okay, are we live here? Good afternoon. Missed the morning, gap down, but I'm looking for a trade here possibly, even though I only have $33.09. My account is down negative 34.35% so far from the one trade on Friday, which was unfortunate. It's hard to say. Right here it looks like the market has been really bullish off the open. We're up into some resistance. We're at a trend line resistance here. We could reject and put in a nice pullback towards the VWAP. Maybe we can scalp something like that. That's a couple points there. Would be fine. The contracts are cheap here in the final hour. It's power hour, 12 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock Eastern. So let's see if there's a trade I can take. It's kind of risky. It's sketchy, but my account's only at $33.09. There's only so much I can do. So I gotta look for a decent opportunity to scalp some momentum in either direction. And just be in and out within a couple seconds, to be honest. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we just gotta, I really need to try to get a few dollars in this account back towards 50 bucks, or right now it's negative 34%. It's pretty rough. So see what happens. What is this, a falling wedge? Something like a falling wedge. My account's only $33. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What are we gonna do? Just gonna be a little patient here during power hour. I'm not really 100% going to take a trade. I'm just looking at the way the chart moves here on the 5-minute chart. Somewhat of a falling wedge. Gap down over and over and over, over and over and over, gap down. Okay. So now we're at this 100 SMA cluster. Okay, let me see. Fuck. Okay. Is it moving? What the hell, bro? It's not even moving, bro. Okay, here we go. So that's it. Is it moving? Yeah, we're good. Okay, it's okay. I was looking at the chart and it wasn't moving, bro. So okay, we're below 670. Okay. I think the scalp will be just towards the VWAP, like I was saying. Really sketchy to take a trade with $33, but that's all I have. Well, in this instance, it's just that's the challenge of it. Yeah, the contracts are perfect. 20 cents, 40 cents, not 30 cents. All right, yeah, $33.09 in my account. Well, I'm gonna go get my Celsius really quick. Get my energy levels up. Had a long weekend riding all weekend, just riding over and over. Writing so much, I might just have to write a couple books. Wrote a couple of essays over the weekend, important ones. They're for something totally different, but they are on economics and finance. But now I'm just trading, so 670, that's the spot though. If we hold 670, it can continue to be bullish, but if we get momentum towards the VWAP, then I will take a scalp towards the VWAP. Would be towards the maybe there's 50 minutes left in the market. In the last 30 minutes we might see a move in either direction, and I want to hopefully take advantage of that with the contracts being cheap, with my account being so cooked. I only took one trade, $50 to 33. It's a big loss on that one trade. It was a CRDT Friday contract. My entry was a couple minutes early. Contracts move 30% in 2 minutes. Like, man. But that's just what it is when you're trading with $50. Every contract is like extremely volatile, and you can't really control that. You can only control the amount of time that you're in the trade. So if you enter the trade at the wrong time, then you better get out as soon as possible, because if not, then you open yourself up to the void, you know. Anyway, you could just you don't want to be wrong for too long. Let me go get this. I got a lot more work to do today, so I'm just gonna spend an hour here during power hour trading, looking for a trade, and then I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. 672 calls at 25 cents, and I don't know. It looks more constructive here, but we're still like right at that resistance. It's more of a trend line than resistance. It's not really resistance, it's more of just a trend line. I mean, I guess the resistance is like where we gap down to. It is a bit of resistance here if you look at the previous gap downs, but we'll have to see. So I want to see just want to see it move out of this range, really like it below 670 area with confirmation, or above that 671.25 area with confirmation. Okay. I don't know why I don't like how the chart disappeared. Is that right? Oh, it still shows it there. I'm just kind of worried that the chart is gonna pause again on the stream. The chart needs to be real time on the stream, 100%. That's what it's supposed to be. So it's actually useful, and I'm looking at that right now too. I don't have two screens right now. Well, I have more screens, but I'm only using a laptop. Oh, that looks good. Really I would like to see a projection here. Put in a nice red candle below that blue line at SMA. And just give us momentum to the VWAP, maybe even below it, and just give me the opportunity to scalp something. I mean, if it breaks out, I mean, it wouldn't be too bad, but if it breaks out, it's probably going to reject at some point. It's not, I don't think it's going to go too far. I don't even think it would make it to 674 or above that. A couple points to the upside if it wants to continue, and a couple points to the downside to the VWAP. And with this downtrend forming on the S&P, probably gonna end up going a bit lower. I don't know what the VIX is. Is the VIX over 30 or something? I can't even see it here. The VIX is, doesn't let me hold up. It's at 27. Yeah. Okay, cool. It gapped up to 35, huh? And then it came all the way back down, 27. Okay. Hey, well, during power hour, I can afford one strike out the money, basically. We're at 670. I can basically afford one strike out the money here, even though these contracts are just so volatile that just try to wait for a really good entry, or wait for momentum, because right here we're just consolidating once again. We see a clear breakout to the upside here, then possibly scalp the 672 calls at 24, 25 cents. Yeah, I'd say this jumps really fast. Jumped all the way to 37 cents like that. Wow. Yeah, see that? Need to just try to just capture a little part of a move. We can get one into the close. Really need to recover this account. It's down to 33 bucks, you know. That's why I'm here in power hour today, because I figured that in the morning out the open, there just is not going to be opportunity. I mean, there's probably things to talk about, but why do I have a red bubble on my screen? I don't know. I'm tripping. What the hell is that? But yeah, so I figured that power hour is just the best bet for today and maybe even tomorrow. But because those contracts in the morning just aren't going to give me an opportunity to trade with $33, so kind of have to be here during power hour to even consider taking a scalp. But the risk is very high. Those 672 calls are at 38 cents now, so they're already over 10 cents. We haven't even really broke out. We haven't even closed the 5-minute candle here, so it's like I have a minute and a half on that 5-minute candle. Not even close. Not even close. I'm not really worried, you know, if the account gets blown, it is what it is. Like, you just reset it. And actually, I ideally would do it with $500, but I think I can turn 50 to 500 pretty easily. But I missed that first trade last Friday and took a 35% loss on basically the whole account. So that kind of really kind of screws with the dynamics here, because it takes a lot of skill to trade with a small amount and grow. Okay, I like this green candle. I like the look of this here, but I want to see it close. And then yeah, these contracts are going crazy. Yeah, wow, kind of missed that. 672 calls at 80 cents. Yeah, see, that would have been pretty cool. Yeah, I'm missing it. I'll take a 674 maybe. It's happening too fast though, literally. I didn't realize power hour, these contracts are like tripling in like fucking 2 minutes. Oh my god, excuse my language. Bro, why the big red candle, big green candle? Okay, well, it's only 1220, I mean 320, so this is fine. Straight to 674. Man, these contracts just, what the hell? Okay, that's why we got to be patient, because these contracts just like went 4x right there, 400%. I'd even take it though, but I can't take these contracts now. Like, holy shit, all these contracts just quadrupled. It is what it is. Look at that. You missed that whole breakout, but the contracts are like enterable until the second that the 5-minute candle closes, because it closes all the way. I can't tell. I think that 5-minute candle closed and then it just instantly went up 2 points. But yeah, so that those two candles right now are making me think that I'm not going to be able to enter any trade. This is too risky now. There's no way I could. This is insane. I don't know. I'm so confused. This contract just went from 25 cents to $350. And I'm tripping right now. Is that real? Man. That's disappointing. 672 call was literally at 25 cents a couple minutes ago. And now it's over $300. And my opportunity is gone. So I'm gonna have to be patient another day. Like this type of move right here that just happened, I miss it, so it just totally ruins my ability to take a trade here for the rest of the day, honestly. Because if I take any trade now after these green candles, and it's just purely just not the right thing to do. It's not worth it at this point. 675? Are you kidding me? Well, that's really disappointing. Like, very much. Why do I have to type in my password on TraderView, Thinkorswim, every 2 minutes? And I literally have a setting. It's supposed to request notification after 4 hours. Okay, change that. Now it says 5 minutes. I didn't change that. Okay, man. Man, that sucks. That really sucks. Totally was ready for that move and it just didn't happen the way I needed. Like that's the thing about trading with $50 or $33. It's like uh, I just have to be very picky about where I enter. Man, like there's just no opportunity with these green candles now. There's just no way I could take a trade. That's unfortunate. I can't believe those contracts just did over 1000x. I mean, over 10x. I mean, 1000%. Well, it doesn't feel good to see that and just miss the trade for the 6th day in a row. I missed the trade every single day since last Monday, except for Friday. I took one trade, and the trade actually worked out, but the 2 minutes or so that I spent in the trade, it went against me before it actually resolved. Man, it's just those two green candles just ruined it. Ugh. Hold up. Well, and it's just really, it's really sucks to miss that trade and watch it go 1000%, like literally less than 5 minutes. I'm just sitting here like, fuck, gotta wait another day to even take a trade. I can't even take a trade now. There's just no way. We can keep going up, but I can't enter. We can come back down, but I can't enter that either. So the trade is completely invalid. Any trade is invalid right here, unless you're buying tomorrow contracts or Friday contracts. This is a decent breakout on this falling wedge that it's pretty clear, but back test. I just don't like the idea of trying to scalp closer, even closer towards the last 30 minutes of the day with this price movement. You could reverse it anytime. I literally had it marked out perfectly too here. It was nice. I had it marked out. Missed that. Totally missed it, man. I feel like an idiot. Damn it. Damn, bro. What a move. That's a $6 move right there. Ugh, totally missed it. course. Wow. Okay, so right 3:15 we broke out here. Oh my gosh. I just feel really bad because I missed the trade and I really needed that. Like that would have been the trade to totally do it, but it's all right. Have to wait till tomorrow. Man, like the entry there was just like I would be entering at resistance, and then the second that 5 minute candle opened at 3:15, it just jumped, and those contracts doubled in seconds. There's no way I could have entered. Okay, just had to make a post about how I missed the fucking trade. All right, well, I'll still stay the next 30 minutes until lunch. I'm gonna see what's going on in the world, in the markets, and then I'll be coming back tomorrow at the same time, power hour to try it again. Man, missing 1,000% trade like that in minutes really hurts when my account's only $30, and that would have changed the game for me right now. But you know, that's really just what it is. Okay, go ahead and share that. It's cool. I'm pretty salty about it, honestly, because that's a beautiful move, and I was expecting to go either direction, but I mean that bullishness and the constructive we that 5 minute candle at 3:15 opened right there over this 100 SMA and just rocketed, man. $7 up from 670, 677 right there. Really hurts to miss that right now, but at least yeah, at least the opportunity was there, and you know, can we can see it clearly, but wasn't able to capitalize on it, capture it by any means. I didn't take any trade, no trades for the day, and it's still going 678. You know, I mean, being bullish right there at that moment when it broke out. It's pretty tough, to be honest. But if I had like an extra minute to enter there, I would have probably been able to capitalize on that. But I only had like 2 seconds. So the difference between that 2 seconds in confirmation, you know, versus versus like a whole minute of seeing it clearly and seeing the close and then seeing the momentum and then being able to take that entry without question, which is what I was unable to do today. It's a beautiful trade though. Those green candles are absolutely very good. Definitely were doable. I'm just kind of cautious right now, especially after taking a loss on Friday. I lost $16 or 35% on my $50 account. I feel very cautious and I feel uh, I really don't want to blow the account, but you know, it is what it is. I can't believe this move. It's up 8 points in what, 20 minutes? Yeah, 8 points in 19 minutes on SPY during power hour. The contracts are up probably 1,500, 2,000%. Crazy. I'm gonna hit it tomorrow. Come back on power hour and hopefully capitalize it tomorrow. No trade, no loss. Better than nothing. Well, that is nothing. Better than loss. Better than losing. No trade, no loss. Better than learning a lesson that I've learned 1,000 times before. By chasing or by forcing a trade when my thesis already played out. So there is no trade. It's simple. Patience is a virtue, and it could take 30 days to go from to make $100, but then with the art of compounding, that same 30 days could in the near future could be much bigger than $100. Could be 1,000 or 10,000. But I'm definitely not full porting anything. I mean, I have to full port when I'm trading with small account and I'm trying to scalp my way into a position where I can effectively manage the dollar amount. So until then, it's really just a matter of taking the right entries. I have to do that 250. Yep. Wow, the move is still going 679. What does that mean for tomorrow? Back to 680 just like that? I don't really know. Would we just gap down on oil spiking and then we're just uh, recovering because oil prices are down 30% from last night's high? Why is oil so volatile right now? I mean, I get why. I know why it's volatile, but is it that uncertain about the price of a barrel of oil, crude oil? You're saying the stock market has officially bottomed? Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't expect those contracts to blow up like that. I just feel dumb for not actually being in the trade, but that is just normal. A lot of trades you miss. And a lot of times the best trades are have the most risk. That's why capital management is so important. And when you have the ability to diversify or decrease your position size relative to your account, then it opens up a lot of opportunity and doors that you would not be able to capitalize when you're in and out with one trade, one position size, as as required when you're trading with a small account, very small account, a tiny, minuscule account, pocket change. That's exactly right. Panic selling and then panic buying. There is no in between. That's the whole point. And that's what a free market is when two opposing ideas are battling it out in the market, in the free market. So, well, the good thing about this is that with this breakout here of this falling wedge, and apparently Trump tweeted about the war being over, which is just interesting. Talking about taking over the Strait of Hormuz, opening it up. They're talking about dampening the war, and so that's possibly partially why the market rocketed here. But if we hold up and backtest somewhere for tomorrow, then could be a good continuation with momentum to the upside. So if the momentum shifts to going up for the next few days, then should be reasonable to capitalize on that trend. Because this is a trend change here, breaking out of this. Literally almost it hit 680. It's crazy. What a move. Missed the whole thing. Mm. I had it marked out so perfectly. Even on my TOS, I marked it out with a rectangle box, and it's a perfect setup. But just couldn't enter it. Man, I feel FOMO today with this waited till power hour, and then I got on, got this big move, totally miss it. All I feel is FOMO, so it's tough. But we'll see how the market closes if it wants to pull back here. I gotta go do. I got a lot of stuff to do, so I'm gonna have to get out of here in 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back tomorrow during power hour and look for a similar setup. Look for momentum either direction. Wait for a confirmation, not just on the chart, but confirmation. Me personally, my intuition, and then take the entry. And my answer, if the trade works or not, is within the first 60 seconds or 90 seconds of being in the trade. Basically, just one minute candle. Because with the $33 position size, I can't afford any opposition. So it's my call to reduce the time that I'm in a trade as much as possible to almost zero until and only until actual confirmation, like one of those green candles off 315 or 1215 would have given me, because at that point holding on to the trade for a few minutes in either direction is reasonable, or you could put the stop in at break even and then let the trade do what it's going to do, and I can that trade would have turned $25 into 500, actually more like $800. $25 would have turned into $800 on those one, two, three, four red, four green candles right there. And I just feel a lot of FOMO about missing it. Obviously, I'm not going to take a trade. Obviously, I'm not going to mess it up. I'm not going to make the wrong decision, but feels pretty bad to miss that because I had it set up. I had it perfect. Perfect timing came on. But didn't have the I didn't have the level of confirmation at that time to enter. And obviously, like that first candle close over here, this first candle close right here, this entry would have just couldn't work for me based on the way this candle opened. But the way it closed here would have actually been reasonable in terms of confirmation. Risk wise, obviously, this risk is not really worth it for my size of an account. But confirmation wise, entering here would have been based on momentum and confirmation, and that's basically all I'm trading. Nothing else. Momentum and confirmation. And that's exactly what I'm looking for tomorrow. Okay, what's going on? Let's see. Man, anybody hating on anybody blowing an account trading just has not done it before and just is a hater. Because if you actually day trade, then you've blown accounts hundreds of times. And that's not a guarantee. It's really up to the kind of person. But it's okay to it's okay to make mistakes if you learn from them and if it's on your own premonition. But if you're trading for other people, or in the sense that you sell them something, or they pay you for something, then you have a higher level of responsibility. And so take it in jest. Trading is really a battle of patience. Um, well, market closes in 7 minutes. No trades for me today. Yeah, no trades today. Trade. If I did take a trade, it would have been 2,000%. That hurts. That's not really what I'm looking for anyway, but I'm just trying to get my account back to $50. Hopefully we can do it tomorrow. I'll do my best to find the right trade to make that happen. Well, it's a good example of a trade that you miss. You just have to remain disciplined regardless. That's the challenge. We go higher tomorrow. And look to buy the dip. In terms of an entry, not buy it on the dip, not buy it while it's going down, but look to find a good spot to enter. That's the thing though. There's two different ways of entry. Either entering on the momentum and confirmation, which is kind of ideal or kind of necessary for the way my account is situated with only $33 or even $50 or even $100, or entering on a somewhat of a liquidity sweep confirmation, or something more like a VWAP bounce or like a level. I can't really play levels necessarily like that based on entries with such a small account. So really the kind of trade that I'm looking to take which is $50, is going to be momentum confirmation. In and out, less than a minute to decipher whether the trade is going to be correct. Yep, the 672 calls, $8, yeah. That's right, exactly. When I was looking at it, it was at 25 cents and it hit $800. It's crazy. But it's okay. Just forget about that. Can't be bothered about that. So market's closing in about 30 seconds or something like that. No, about 40 seconds. Market closing green. Alright, well, I'm gonna get out of here. Market's closing. Missed the best trade since I started this challenge today. It was a beautiful trade. Crazy trade, absolutely. Totally miss it, but that's okay. Try again tomorrow. Be back at Power Hour, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow to look for a similar opportunity to scalp and recover this $33. Have a great day.